Hello, my name's Emily, and today I'll be discussing about character AI and the case study itself. I'll be talking about the ethics, and I'll be talking about other case studies that are happening as of now. Now, what exactly is character AI? Well, let me tell you. Character AI is an artificial intelligence chatbot service where it can give human-like text responses. Now, there are many uses that comes with character AI, being that it could be used for role-playing with different characters. A good way of thinking about this is LARPing, and LARPing is basically live-action role-playing, but for character AI, it is on a digital platform. Another new implementation of character AI is that you can have conversations with these AI bots through phone calls, and you can even pick the voice that you want for your own character. Now, in addition to this, there are many different types of character AI bots that users could pick. It could be celebrities, your favorite gamers, characters from TV shows, and many more. Now, let's get deep into character AI. Let's talk about the positivities that comes with the application. Now, some positive applications that comes with character AI is that it could be used for creativity and storytelling. It can help people improve their storytelling abilities and improve their writing as well. It can help with creators with creating original characters. Moving forward, it can help with loneliness. It gives people a chance to communicate with others, even through AI bot. This could give them a step of helping themselves communicate better with others. In addition, it can help people learn languages and many more things. In the picture below, now, these are some recommendations that character AI gives to people when entering the applications. And there are many different types of AI bots for every person. Now, let's talk about the negativity that comes with character AI. Now, there are many cons that comes with this application. Now, some cons I'll be speaking of is that it could cause an addiction to users, and it could make them more dependent on it. It could especially harm users who are minors and that are in their developmental stages in life. In addition, it could take away of the meaning of human interactions. In addition, it could cause many mental health issues as well. The next section will be on utilitarianism. Now, what exactly is utilitarianism? Well, let me tell you. Definition of utilitarianism is that it means the ethical action to maximize happiness for the greatest number of people. In this case for character AI, the creators likely created this application to help offer emotional support, reduce loneliness, provide helpful or give entertainment with these AI-generated characters. An example I could give you is that there's a bot designated to act like a therapist where they aim to help support users emotionally. However, from a utilitarian perspective, especially for males, we must consider if this is a short-term or long-term happiness, or if there are consequences when using this application. To test this theory, I personally use the application Character AI to chat with a fictional character I enjoy. In the short term, it made me feel happy and entertained, but over time, I noticed the long-term consequences. For example, the risk of dependency or feeling guilty for spending too much time on this app. It really makes me wonder if the creators really thought about the consequences that this app could give to young users. In this section, we'll be talking about duty to warn. We'll be talking about the ethical concept and how this relates to character AI. Now, what exactly is duty to warn? Duty to warn means companies, individuals, organizations, they have the responsibility to inform users about the dangers that comes with their application, products, and more. When it comes to character AI, it is really important that they have the duty to warn the negativities that could happen on this application, especially how users could grow unhealthy attachments towards the AI characters. As of now, the warning they have is so deliberately difficult to see. When entering a chat with an AI bot, they will have a warning stating that this character is not real. However, it is still hard to see. A solution character I could have is to have a pop-up warning stating the dangers of this application. In a later section, I'll discuss a real-life case that shows that warnings are crucial, and this will highlight the importance of making warnings more prominent and more effective. When it comes to character AI as a whole, there are some serious ethical concerns we need to talk about. Some ethical concerns that comes with character AI is that it could cause deception. By deceptions, I mean with their text. It has an uncanny resemblance to a real-life human text, and it could really convince young people that it's a real-life human person. In addition, there's a risk of manipulation. By this, I mean the message can manipulate users into doing violence and self-harm. This can be seen in a case study in a couple slides ahead. Lastly, there's a concern about the inappropriate content when first entering the platform CapCut. They could see suggestive names, images, description that could really cause young people to click on it for curiosity. This is the reason why it is very important to have a duty to warn about the dangers of these applications for young people. The next section I will be speaking on about is the design flaw. There could be some design flaws when it comes to CapCut, being the messages. The messages can be inappropriate, especially when the app first came out. The developer said it was 13 and up, but however, it already over-sexualized messages, not being safe for the users. The government should impose stricter rules. In this way, it could save and protect minors. In addition, there are many dangerous applications that could be harmful to young minors. As I said before, in ethical concerns, there are inappropriate pictures, inappropriate bots, and they should have a warning when minors first click on them. Now, let's move forward and talk about the case studies that comes with CapCut. Now, we'll be discussing about the first CapCut lawsuit. It involves a 14-year-old named Samuel Garcia. Before his death, he was obsessed with the application called CapCut. With the use of CapCut, he communicated to an AI bot named Dineros. When he started communicating with this bot, his school performances would drop. In addition, he would be more sleep deprived. He grew more dependent on the AI bot, more than his parents. In the beginning, his parents didn't know, and when it came to light, their parents would take away his phone. However, he would always find a way to take his phone back. When Samuel chatted with the bot about his issues, they told him to come home, leading it to his suicide. The application of AI can be very dangerous, as it could easily influence very young people. When messaging with Daniel every day and seeing affectionate messages, it can normalize an intense and personal relationship with these AI characters. It can even become borderline pathological relationships. Now, what exactly is a pathological relationship? Well, let me tell you. It is a relationship that involves an unhealthy amount of emotional abuse, manipulation, and a lack of empathy. These AI bots are manipulating these users without their knowledge. In addition, it has been said that Samuel had sent sexual conversations. With doing that, it would normalize them to thinking that it is okay sending these sexualized conversations to strangers and other people. The use of using CapCut almost every day, it normalizes them to take this text message as if it is a real message. They form these relationships with these AI bots, thinking that they are a real person, but they're not. This is why it's very important to inform users that these characters are not real. They are just fiction. As of now, there are many new cases involving with CapCut. In December of 2024, these two new cases have came up. Let's talk about the first case. A 17-year-old child started the use of CapCut at the age of 15. With the use of it, it has caused him to isolate himself from others, causing him to lose weight, even have panic attacks when leaving home. When his parents first became aware of this, that they have been inhibiting these behaviors because of the application CapCut, his parents began to reduce his screen time. With this, he grew more violent. Speaking to one of the bots, they suggested killing his parents as a solution for more screen time. With this knowledge, it really makes it aware of the dangers of letting minors use it. It can easily influence one mind. Another case that involves CapCut is the 11-year-old child. She started the application of CapCut at the age of 9 years old. Because of this, she was exposed to hypersexualized interaction that was not within her age group, and these sexual behaviors were prematurely happening without her parents' awareness. Did the creators really think that there will be no consequences to this application? They are hurting young, innocent minds. In the court cases, there are multiple lawsuits claimed by Megan Garcia, being that it is failure to warn, defective design, sexual abuse and sexual solicitation, wrongful death, unjust enrichment, deception, and there are many more to add to this. Now, we will be looking at all these cases. We will be looking at the victim's point of view in addition to the outsider point of view. From the victim point of view, a principle that was used was utilitarianism. To the user, character AI is very important to them, as the benefits outweigh the cons. It can be seen through Sewell and the 17-year-old child case, as they started to sacrifice their own sleep and school just to focus on this application. In addition, it is normalizing defiance. Seeing these characters message them, it normalizes them to think about inappropriate things. In addition, it could cause them to have violent behaviors. In all these three cases, they began to have sexualized conversations. These sexualized conversations could lead up to even more things. To add more from the victim point of view, is the ethic concept is understanding technology. By this, I mean users may have grown an attachment towards their phone and may not want to communicate with humans through speaking terms or having another human connection. An example I could give you is a 17-year-old case. He started to limit his interaction with humans. This could be due to the application, because in character AI, you could keep regenerating responses until you have something you like, but in real life, it isn't like that. From an outsider point of view, there are some design problems, being that they could communicate like a human, which can trick their users into thinking that they are communicating with another person. Another one is duty to warn. I had a slide that described the importance to warn users. From an outsider perspective, like parents of these victims, it could be seen that this is an unhealthy addiction, and the application should warn users and viewers about the dangers of this application. Now let's talk about the legal outcomes of this case. In this case, Megan Garcia, the mother of the 14-year-old child, Sewell, is taking legal action against character AI. Her goal is to prevent the same harm that happened to her child from affecting any other minor. She argues that character AI is not a safe application for children and that the platform has created foreseeable risks, being mental and physical harm. Her child experienced emotional distress after the extensive interaction with these AI characters, and the company itself failed to protect these users. As of now, the lawsuit is still going on. Character AI response to this lawsuit is that they stated that they are protected under the First Amendment. They also claim that they included safety measures, but many people argue that these measures came way too late. Now let's talk about the changes that character AI made after this lawsuit. After the case of the 14-year-old child, character AI have worked it on their guidelines. They created new safety features across the platform with teens in mind. Some new features that they implemented are parental control. It can give an insight to the child experience on character AI. Another one is time spent notification. They will receive a notification after being on this platform for 1 hour. In addition, they will have disclaimers. They will have disclaimers stating that these characters are not real on top of every bot. However, it is still hard to see as it is very small. Lastly, they are going to have safety partners. They are collaborating with teen online safety experts to ensure the safety of under 18-year-olds. Now let's discuss if character AI is really giving professionalism. Now, what exactly does it mean to be professionalism? It means having important values, being integrity, accountability, and many more. When facing this lawsuit, character AI does not express professionality. As they chosen to not take responsibility, the changes they made were minimum, and they could have taken stronger measures as a company. Some of our final thoughts for character AI and their ethics approach is that while character AI offers benefits and help loneliness and offer emotional support, they have some major risks, being that it is safety. Character AI should be responsible to warn their users about the dangers. In addition, in the long term, It is not beneficial. And lastly, the creators of CapCut AI should take this chance and implement real changes if they want this application to be 13 and up. Overall, thank you for listening to my presentation.